I 100% think something was there.
I heard somebody almost as if they were calling us back.
That was when everything started happening. And I swear down, I saw something white move behind one of the graves. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a very long time since I have posted a video, but today I'm joined with my friend Dan.
Hello everybody.
And we are just about to start our podcast, but I thought it might be fun to do a visual version of my podcast as well. We haven't actually figured out the name yet.
No, but we will.
We will, and I'll leave it all down below when we do, just in case you want to have a listen. Yeah, have a listen.
Link in bio.
I am going to talk about where I've been in a different video. I think I will have already posted that. It's been a while. It's been nearly a whole year since I've actually filmed a video, so I feel a bit
I never have filmed a video.
feel a bit off balance. Not off balance, what's the word? Awkward. I don't know. But I feel weird filming this video. Also, I'm really sorry you can see the ring light in my glasses.
Just one then.
It's one of those issues.
Just one then.
It's just one of them. So, if I've already posted the video before talking about where I've been and where I want this channel to go, you will know that I have recently been getting into the paranormal. And Dan here
Hello.
was a skeptic.
I do not believe.
He's always been a skeptic until recently. We are going to talk about our first ever ghost hunt that we did together. It wasn't very long, but we did catch quite a bit, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to film on the podcast. So yeah, let's jump into the video.
Because I was.
You
or
were.
am, or in the process.
You kind of still are. I think you're very you're open to the idea now, whereas before you weren't.
No, that there could.
But there could be. But you're still very was that paranormal?
Yeah, it's almost as if my brain says no.
Yeah. You like to debunk things. I mean, I don't think, although I say I love the paranormal and I believe in it, I wouldn't say I'm one of them that constantly goes, that was paranormal, that was a ghost. I'm very what was that? And I try to explain it, but I'm not very good at explaining things away. That's when I turn to you and so what could this have been?
Yeah, well, I'm more of a logical thinker.
Yes.
So I like things to make sense in my head before I process them. And I think the idea of paranormal before was something that didn't make sense to me.
Until recently.
Until the good gossip that we'll get into. So you're trying to turn me from that, aren't you? Somebody who doesn't believe to somebody who does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's why we've been drawn into this. It was like,
Yeah.
hey Dan, do you want to start ghost hunting with me?
Well, yeah, but I've been trying to get people to ghost hunt with for the last 2 years now, I think. I've literally had 3 or 4 different group chats and people have gone, yes, I'm gonna ghost hunt with you. Yes, we'll do this, we'll do that, and no one actually falls through. We are actually going to talk about our first ever ghostly experience. I could say ghostly experience. It's more of a
whatever it was.
It was
an encounter of sorts, wasn't it?
I 100% think something was there.
50% think something was there.
You're kind of still sceptical, aren't you?
Yeah. The first one we went to was Eleanor, wasn't it?
Was it Ilham?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went to this place called Ilham, and we didn't actually originally go for ghost hunting.
No, we went there by mistake because we were supposed to go to the second place, weren't we? But
Yeah.
we went in our second place.
Yeah. But the first place we went to Ilham, and there was a church, and for some reason, this church just...
Yeah, it had something about it, didn't it?
We just wanted to go in. So we ended up going in, and immediately everything went quiet, which I found weird.
No, yeah.
Like,
there were people
about.
making noise.
There was cars around, and there was birds chirping and everything. But as soon as you went in, it was almost like this eerie, deafening quiet. And the only thing you could hear were a couple birds, but it was crows.
Yeah, and it was.
And I'm sure, I'm gonna have to read up on this, but I'm sure the crows mean spirits are present. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure there's something to do with ghosts and paranormal and crows and stuff. Editing Eleanor here. Yes, I was kind of on the right tracks with the whole crows and ravens thing. Ravens are associated with death, as so are crows, and they are associated with lost souls. In Swedish folklore, they are the ghosts of murdered people without Christian burials, and in German stories, they are damned souls. So it's kind of on the right tracks. I knew they had something to do with ghosts and death and stuff, but yeah, so now we know.
When we went in, we didn't initially pick up anything, did we, the first time?
No.
And we were on our way back out when we heard something, didn't we?
Mm.
And I heard somebody almost as if they were calling us back. It was almost like a...
because I had said we stood at the grave where I think it was only a 3-month-old baby. Was it a 3-month-old
the 3-month or 4-month-old, weren't they?
And I had said goodbye, and I said rest in peace, and we were just about to leave, and then you were like, did you hear that? I was like, hear what? I did not hear anything, but you said you heard something go psst.
Yeah. So I heard something say psst at me, and I turned around and said to you, did you hear that? And you said, no, I didn't. But it was very loud and very clear.
But it's weird because I didn't hear a single thing.
So then we started to investigate a bit further.
Yeah, we went back over to where the church was, and I have an app on my phone, and I'm a bit unsure whether this app actually works because it's a free ghost app on your phone. So I'm a bit like bit skeptical, but I put on the spirit box that's on my phone, and clear as day we heard hi, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's clear as day. And then of course we were like, hi, is anyone here? You know, your typical questions you ask. And we heard, we're here.
Yeah.
My eyes started tearing up immediately, didn't they? I was like, oh my gosh, we're actually like getting something. And then we heard the words come and bright. And I think hearing the word come means like come back, because we were about to leave. We were like, oh, there's nothing here, let's go.
Then we walked over to the church, didn't we? And
that was weird. That was when everything started happening.
My experience was I saw a window pane. We saw it this window pane blow outwards, didn't
and
we?
I saw it, to be fair. I didn't see it at first. Because I was actually looking at something else. So Dan was investigating the church, kind of, although we couldn't go in because of COVID, you were kind of looking at the outside, and you were just doing your own little thing. And I had decided to go off on my own little investigation at the same time. And I swear down, I saw something white move behind one of the graves. And I kept saying maybe it was a plastic bag, but I would have heard the rustling of the bag, and we had a look to see what it could have been, and there was nothing about. There was nothing that it could have been that I can think of.
No, and we did notice if it was a carrier bag, weren't we?
Yeah.
We'd seen.
Yeah, but it was like a really flowy, almost like a material. I don't want to say. I keep saying a plastic bag because it moved like a plastic bag, but it was that sort of flowy, like as if it was a dress. And that's what made me. And that was like that. My eyes were watering at that point, and then you gone, Eleanor, look at this.
Yeah.
And every time I went to look at first, it didn't do it, did it? Until I walked off, and then you were like, it did it again. So it took a while for me to see the pane moving, but I did eventually end up seeing it.
But the second time we went, it wasn't there, was it?
No, which is weird, because there was actually more breeze that time.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard water.
Oh yes, so from one of the graves on the far side of the graveyard, I thought I heard water.
Yeah. I couldn't hear it at first. I think I was still in shock of seeing the white thing move.
And we were a good few yards away from any form. There was water, but we were a good few...
You wouldn't have been able to hear it running. I couldn't hear it running. I could hear footsteps, but you couldn't hear them. So it was weird how we were hearing different things, but almost at the same time. It was so weird. I also wrote down that we heard rustling.
Yeah, so we heard some rustling, didn't we? And that was that when we heard it, was that when it was coming from inside the
Yes.
arch in the church,
Yes,
wasn't it?
because after we went over to the church, because you couldn't go in, but we could go up to the door, we heard a massive bang, didn't we?
Yeah.
Also inside. And every time we tried to leave, we heard something as if it was trying to bring us back. Which was what I found weird, that every single time we went into this area, it was just pulling us back every single time. And so eventually we ended up leaving, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because we went to finish an investigation. We went over to the woods, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we ended up going back into the church, didn't we? And again, we saw the pain moving, didn't we? You carried on hearing the running water. I still didn't hear it as such, but I just kept saying something's walking. Like I could hear these footsteps and like grass moving. It was so weird. Our first ghost hunt, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Actually, be inserting clips from our ghost hunt that we did, because the first time we didn't, because we didn't plan on doing it.
No,
but the second one we did plan a ghost hunt. I don't think as much happened.
No.
But there was one really, really weird thing, wasn't there? About the Richard.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
And I have all of that on video. Yeah. I mean, what we are about to say, it honestly could have been complete coincidence. It honestly could be. And I'm not saying this is stone cold paranormal experience. It, as I say, it honestly could be just a very big coincidence. But it was just very strange, and that's the best thing I can say. Like, it was just a weird thing that happened to us.
Yeah. Well, I'm somebody who doesn't believe in any of this, but we both thought for that moment that we were in there in that churchyard that there was something. So we went to I can't remember. I'm not too sure how it's pronounced, but it's Eam, isn't it, or somewhere like that.
Yeah. We went to this other graveyard.
I think after our first encounter, we went into this graveyard with quite high hopes, didn't we?
Yeah, because we'd such a good experience the first time round in such a short amount of time in the day. We were like, oh, another graveyard, let's go. It's going to be haunted. Great. Went in, and immediately it was cold. And I don't know whether this is just a thing with graveyards, whether
they are naturally cold. I believe it's our. I believe that's our feeling. So we
because it's a graveyard.
Graveyards with dark things.
Possibly, it could be all in our head.
Along, weren't we? Walking along this path, and we stopped in one space, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you were using the app.
So, I was getting my spirit box out. There's loads of people about. I was getting the spirit box out, and I kept saying that I heard the word Richard, the name Richard. How many times? 2-3 times?
2-3.
And then Dan notices this. We were all the way down there, and my eyesight is so bad, so I could not see that. So I started crying. That's weird. I'm going to put the spirit box back on and see if we can find anything else. But the spirit box also said river, which there's not a river around here, is there?
No.
So I don't know what that was. But yeah, it said Richard, and I'm really freaked out.
Words to begin with, water.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? We heard water first.
And then you heard Richard. And it just so happens that Ellie was carrying on surveying the area a little bit with her app, just to see if she could pick anything else up. And I strolled further up along the path, stopped at a graveyard that said...
A graveyard? Do you mean a grave?
A grave that said Richard. At first we thought, maybe it's just coincidence, didn't we? We thought, maybe it's just coincidence.
But I kept hearing that name.
And we kept seeing it, didn't we?
That name just kept... I know it's a graveyard, and I know it was the graveyard we went to. There's a lot of older generations buried there, so that name was quite a popular name back in, however, what was 1800s or whatever the graves were. It honestly could just be a whole coincidence, but it's very weird that I swear I heard the name Richard about 3 or 4 times on the spirit box, and then we saw the grave Richard, and then after that we just kept seeing that name. So that is it for today. It's been a bit of a
wild one.
A wild one.
Fun, interesting.
I do apologise for the lighting. It is getting dark outside, so see you all again soon. I'm sorry about my break. But I'm back. I'm better than I have been.
And she's got me.
And I've got Dan. So
Who knows what she'll do to me on this channel? Might do my makeup.
he has said I can do his makeup, which I'm very excited
Might
about.
do my hair.
We'll see. So that is it for today's video. I hope to see you all again soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.